Okay, after that, we come to today's part. On the screen, you can see a picture. There, there's a girl, and I'm sorry, the teacher there in this picture, and girls and boys. There's a classroom. You can see there are boys and girls, the teacher, blackboard, table, desks, a classroom. Okay, in the classroom, they are talking. What are they talking? Yes, it's lesson number 2, listen and say. The teacher is introducing herself to the class. Teacher is telling her name and where does she come from. Okay, now you two have to practice to tell your name and tell where do you come from. Okay, let's see how does the teacher tell it, or how does she introduce herself to the class. Let's read. You can read with me. I'm Sandani. I'm your English teacher. I live in Mathura. I'm Sandani. I'm your English teacher. I live in Mathura. Then one boy introduces himself here. I'm Nisal. I live in Gaul. Okay, you got the idea? I live in. Here in this cloud bubble, you can see the two things that we practice today. I'm your name. I'm Punindu. I live in Hadapangoda. I am Janindu. I live in Horana. You can introduce yourself using these two phrases. Okay. Um, Let me uh, do another favor to you, because you are not in the school, so you don't have the teacher always to talk with. So let me help you to read once again this part. Lesson 2, listen and say. I'm Sandani. I'm your English teacher. I live in Mathura. I'm Nisal. I live in Gaul. So you can introduce yourself, right? Now, teacher introduce. I'm Sandani. I live in Mathura. And Nisal introduce. I'm Nisal. I live in Gaul. So I'm going to give you a small activity to do after this lesson. Actually, everything you do these days is homework, because you are always staying at home. You don't go to school these days. So after this lesson, before I start the other one in the on the next day, you have to complete it. Okay, right. The first thing is you have to write about yourself. Write about yourselves. How many sentences? 2 sentences. I'm Kavin. I live in Handapangoda. Like that, you can write your name and where do you come from. That means your village. Your name here, your village here. Okay, first one. And the second one you do is you have to introduce yourself. I mean, you have to read it out. You can introduce yourself to your mother. When mother is working in the kitchen, go there and practice it with mother. You can introduce yourself to mother, right? Then you will practice that nicely. You can go to your brother and tell. Then brother will also introduce himself, or sister will introduce herself to you, right? There are 2 ways of practicing. Actually, 3 ways. The first one is you have to read it. We read it. Okay. Second, you are going to introduce yourself in your writing book. You write your name, I am, and you write your village, I live in. Third one, you have to read it out. You have to speak it out. You read it out with the pupil's book. You wrote it out with your writing book, And now you are going to speak it out with your family members. Okay? Right. Before we conclude the today's part, once again, I'm going to help you with this one. I live in. I'm Sandani. I'm English teacher. I live in Mathura. I'm Nisal. I live in Gaul. So you have only two activities today. The first one is writing activity. The second one is speaking activity. I think you will do it happily. As well, you don't have a dictation activity today. If you have done mistakes, if you have wrong answers for yesterday's dictation activity, I mean, you have misspelled the words, great, fine, good, okay, and wonderful, please try it again and try to make all of them correct. Okay, that's all for today. We hope to see you tomorrow. Until then, goodbye, all of you.